last campaign, ending a 2-year wait for top-flight football. Wayne Boyce here to take you through the action. Stuart Robson is alongside me, so a chance for Orebro to go into the top flight next season, perhaps with a trophy in the bag.
Yeah, they've played well in the tournament so far. They've got some good players. Yassin out on the right-hand side, Hassani through the middle. There's the Slovan Liperic team.
5 changes they've made from their hefty beating against FC Copenhagen. And there's the 11 that start this game for Orebro. Slovan Liperic returning to their traditional blue jerseys this outing. Currently 6th place in the Gambrinus Liga in the Czech Republic, 3 points behind 3rd place Teplice, which is the Europa League qualification position, but 17 points down on the unbeaten league leaders Sparta Prague, who currently enjoy a 5-point lead in the Czech Republic. They return to action February the 22nd at home to Mlada Boleslav. Pedro Sancho is the referee in charge of this one. Three times Czech champions, Slovan Liberec, most recent in the 2011-12 season. Orebro have never been champions of Sweden, but they have been runners-up during their glory era, relative glory era, in the early to mid-90s. The club formerly managed by a certain England manager, Roy Hodgson, who coached them from 1983 to 85 before he moved twins out of 3. Slovan Liberec looking to hit back from what was a really poor performance against FC Copenhagen. It's been Jekyll and Hyde so far from the team from the Czech Republic. It's Kovac.
Pimpara is one of the centre halves, coming alongside Kovac for Slovan Liberec. Very versatile player.
Back up though.
Been tight. As the fullback made his forward run, Karasik just about offside when the ball was played. Watch out for one or two of the Orebro players. I thought Saeed has been excellent so far in the tournament. So too Hassani with his pace up front. And Yassin out on the right hand side. And for Slovan Liberec, Rybalka is a really good ball player. Looks like he's going to play behind the centre forward, Budnik, but he will drop into deeper positions at times, the number 10 for the Czechs.
2 players from Ukraine, Rybalka and Budnik, tend to only feature for the opening 45 minutes. That's been the case in the previous 2 matches, and generally they've looked better when those 2 have been up front for them. Saeed. Van Heerden. Saeed again. Orebro with plenty of bodies forward here. It's flicked across and too far ahead of Daniel Gustafsson.
Good play from Yassin again. He's got good pace. He just changes his pace there. He was going for the shot to start with, but he just plays that ball into a dangerous area. Gustafsson couldn't quite get in at the far post.
For Orebro.
Should have made better contact. Yes, Sorrell just coming over to the left-hand side. He's mainly playing on the right.
Vikström with the free kick. It's back again from Saki. Substitute in Liberec's opening game, but has started the last 2 now, including this one. Fleisman.
He started at left back, Fleisman. Means that Frydek will play further upfield. Started the first game at left back.
Header, only as far as Karasik though, plays it in towards Sherrell. Bjorkvist winning the header for Orebro. You're back with Frost though. Kovac. There's Rebelka. Fleisman. This is Saki. Trying to switch the play. Bjornqvist intercepted though for Orebro. Balker is over this free kick for Slovan Liberec. Now being closely watched by Leander Nkili. Dipped a bit early the ball in there from Rebelka. It's back with Karasik now.
Here's the playmaker, Rebelka. A bit too deep on this occasion. He doesn't like to be tackled, as you can see there. Just throws his arms out, wanting a free kick off the referee. Very little contact with him.
Saki. Strong challenge though, and Slovan Liberec back in possession. Disappointing shot in the end though.
Well played, Rebelka. Went to close the ball down, won it really cleanly, and then just can get the power in his shot. But he's a player that has the licence to go where he thinks he can make things happen. His work rate will be intermittent. So his quality on the ball is there for everybody to see.
From Dynamo Kiev. He's a Ukrainian youth international up to under 21s. Yet to break into the full squad though. Here's Saki. That's a free kick, foul on the Ghanaian. And Rebelka. Down Karasik. Norberg winning it temporarily for Orebro. Fleisman. And Keeley. Cutting it out though for Orebro. Here's Saki.
Got those three midfield players in there, Rebelka, Saki and Yaralim. Array of talent, attributes that each has got. Saki very dynamic, Yaralim very much the holding player that just tries to dictate the play.
We're on the front foot here though, it's a good chance and it's off the post. Well, glorious opportunity there for Orebro.
What a good effort it was. It started off with the run from midfield. Camera is the player that just tries to bend it into that far corner. Playing up alongside Hassani. It was that player that I talked about beforehand, Saeed, that won the ball back, started charging forward, timed his run to perfection. I was going to say Camera did everything right, didn't he? Got his body on the half turn, he tried to sweep it past the goalkeeper.
He must have thought he'd score when it left his foot, in fairness to him. Orebro certainly looked the team with a bit more purpose when they attack. Here's Fleisman. Yaralim. One over the top, the flag has stayed down and Sherrell is away here for Slovan Liberec, but he couldn't finish.
He never got it under control, did he? Beat the offside trap. Sherrell.
Rebelka. Now Yaralim. Svensson doesn't kick off until the 30th of March. Orebro away to Halmstad. An extra week in terms of preparation for their return to action, Oreibro, to Lيبيريتس. Yassine, back by Rebelka. Yaralim. Vikström winning the initial header. Keeley played out to Van Heerden.
Here's the trialist, Van Heerden. A good first game. Havnafjorda.
Yeah, trying to earn himself a contract from the South African club Amazulu. There's Saki. I'm sure there was a pop group in the 80s called Amazulu, you know. Chance to cross for Karasik.
Thinking of Shawadi Wadi.
That's more your time than mine. 11 minutes gone, 0-0.
He claimed he got a whack in the face there. Budnik. Haven't seen too much of him so far. Centre forward in the last game.
I bet you'd never thought that you'd mention Shawadi Wadi in this match this afternoon. Saki. Strong challenge from Nkili. Now Camera. Played through by Saeed. It was a nice ball by Saeed. A chance for Oreibro. And this time there's no mistake. Daniel Gustavsen tucks it away. And Oreibro lead by a goal to nil.
Well, I'll say it again. Saeed's a wonderful midfield player from what we've seen in this tournament so far. So
I think the Swedish side have been good for the lead so far. Unlucky, of course, with that Al Hassan Camera effort that came back off the post. It's a long off-season, isn't it, for the Swedish teams? They've not played a competitive match since November the 2nd, Oreibro. Here's Pimpara. Fleisman. Headed by Vikström. Yassine to Bjornqvist. Saki. Shifted across by Rebelka. Karasik. Camera picking up the loose ball though. Gustavsen made a run for him. Karasik covering, and in the end also had to take emergency action.
Little bundles there as the ball was played through. Certainly look the better side at the moment. Oreibro.
And Keeley.
Good combination in that central midfield area. And Keeley, tough tackler, energetic. Saeed, the playmaker, player on the ball now.
And Saeed again.
So hit that one.
Lيبيريتس throw. Taken by Fleisman. The goal scorer, Daniel Gustavsen.
There's the pass inside the fullback. Good counter. And he just plays it back across the goalkeeper as the goalkeeper goes to ground early. Rosso.
Now Budnik. Sherrell. Cleared away by Bjornqvist for Oreibro. Now Saki battling to win it for Lيبيريتس. This is Fleisman. Now Pimpara. Away by Janssen. Camera couldn't control it and Kovac was in. Bjornqvist. Now Wikström. Get away under pressure. And Rybalka has it for Lieberic. Now Saki. Now Yarolin. Rybalka. Neat ball over the top. And very nearly picked out his target. He does have a certain quality about him, Rybalka, and very nearly linked up there with his countryman Yevgen Budnik.
It was a good run. I think he just about timed it. Erebro taking a gamble, not going back in there with him, just holding their line. If he times it well, he's clever enough to get in, Budnik.
Wikström. Solid header by Kovac. Lead off by Nkili. Now Yasin. Gustavsson is after it. Karasik is, well, beaten initially, but not the challenge in. It's a corner though for Orebro.
Essentially the best we've seen. Kamara.
Starting with the corner. In swinger again. The goalkeeper was all over the place, and had that been on target, Orebro would have been celebrating a second goal.
Well, Mobo, the number 20, he doesn't actually get his head on it in the end. It comes off somebody else. He misses it completely, hits the back of the head of the other centre half, Wikström. He knew nothing about it, did he, Wikström?
No, he'd have taken it though.
But this was a feature of their first game. On set plays, they get everybody in the 6-yard box. They don't allow the goalkeeper to come for it. Very crowded area. It seems to work for them.
Rybalka. Now Kovac. Very disjointed performance again from Slovan Lieberic. Well beaten by Copenhagen, 4-0 in the last game. We saw their first game against Midtjylland and they weren't too bad in that, but the performance against Copenhagen was a disaster. And they haven't started much better here. Orebro looking like a team in form. Unbeaten in their last 11 games of last season, albeit in the second tier. And lost just 3 of their last 28. And that habit of winning games has continued into this Atlantic Cup as they look to go home with a 100% record. Into the danger zone again. Kovac with the header down. Almost won by Camera.
Wasn't a good header, you've got to go for distance and height. Just give defenders time to get round the next knockdown, but heading it straight into Camera. Control there from the big centre forward. Had that one chance, which he tried to bend round the goalkeeper. It was a good effort from him. Hit the inside of the post.
That was quite a composed finish, in fairness, wasn't it? He was unlucky not to score. Here's a Sierra Leone international, Al Hassan Camara. He spent a couple of years on loan here from AIK Stockholm before being signed permanently for next season.
Poor pass out from the back. A big build-up. Balka, wasn't so good from him.
It's Fleesman. Away by Bjornqvist. Karasik. The chase is on here. Camera trying to use his pace. Rybałka has it. Now Shirel. Win from Hassani in the air. Haven't seen too much of him so far. In the first game he showed good pace to run in behind the opposition. The Fiora. Karasik's header away to Saki. There's a real battle going on in that midfield. Saki and Yaralem against Said and Keeley. Liebrecht though really struggling to get any kind of quality possession towards the Orebro penalty area. Fleesman. Now Saki. To hear the call of the players, there's so many different languages being spoken down there. Patient build-up from Slovan Liberetz. Kept the ball, then a bit of penetration down that right-hand side. Looking for it again inside the fullback. A little bit too straight that time. It is a good pass through the ball. Yaralem, number 13. Gustafsson helping it on to camera. Free kick for Orebro. On the free kick for his team. His first touch wasn't particularly good. He's now got to try and get it under control with his second and third and fourth. Your fourth touch was one of the best around, wasn't it? I've been waiting for that one. Couldn't resist it. Here comes the outswinger from Van Heerden. It's a good delivery, it's an even better header. And Orebro double their leads. Absolutely no chance for Rosso. And the Swedish side lead by 2-0. Erik Moberg getting his head to that. And where does Slovan Liberetz go from here? Well, it wasn't a particularly deep set play. I think he's trying to bend this in behind the defenders, but he doesn't quite get it right, but it allows Moberg to really attack it. He did. Good technical header. Certainly plays with determination, the big centre half. Liberetz have offered nothing, have they? See how they lost to Copenhagen by 4-0. Yeah, FC Copenhagen, along with Spartak Moscow, probably many people's favourites to win the Atlantic Cup. Orebro take some beating with their record so far. Yeah, they certainly are. And I tell you what, if they rack up the goals here, that could be the difference. Because remember, Spartak Moscow and Copenhagen are playing each other in the very last game. Very good for the Swedish sides. As I say, have just returned to the Swedish top flight for next season after 2 years outside of the Superliga, Allsvenskan. Played in by Karasik. And again, it's easy for Oscar Janssen, who really hasn't had anything at all to do in the Orebro goal. Saki. Now Budnik. And Rybałka. Misunderstanding between a couple of players. Yaralem giving it away. Gustafsson running into trouble. Came out on top though with the tackle with Karasik. And Said. So he did have the Dutchman Kevin Lucassen on trial here, Slovan Liberetz, but he's not been named amongst the substitutes, so we can only presume that his trial is over. Only time will tell whether it was a successful one or not. There was the header again from Erik Moberg.
Well, I would say that Van Heerden's trial period has gone very well so far. About to throw it in here, the left back. We've seen he's had a good tournament so far.
Camera got his foot to that under pressure from Saki, but gathered by Rosso. Powerful looking figure, isn't he? Now Hassan Camera. Karasik's head. Ripped is the term, isn't it?
Well, I was saying that Dan O'Hagan, I think, has been on the same protein shakes as Camera when he came on. Dan O'Hagan assured me it was just weight training.
Protein shakes or milkshakes? Cleared away by Bjornqvist. Now Pimpara.
Too slow with their build-up play here. Once again, Liparic. Get the midfield player coming all the way back to receive it.
Kleisman running into trouble. Wikström gets it away. All the way back to Rosso. The best first touch, was it, from the goalkeeper? But
I think you're doing him a service there. He actually, on the half volley, did well just to sweep it to one side of the player racing in. Didn't look very comfortable, but it actually ended up being very effective.
yeah, he did all right, in fairness.
I said this pitch is a little bit firm.
I think he's complaining, isn't he, about that back pass? Here we
On
go.
the half volley, perfect touch, then sweeps it away with his left foot.
Yeah, no,
not looking particularly elegant.
I hold my hands up, actually. Having seen that on the replay, he did okay, didn't he?
Just inviting the challenge, Rybelka. Keeley wanted to get tight. They certainly won the midfield battle. Keeley, Saeed.
Countryman of Mark Van Heerden, the young trial player at left back, and Keeley from South Africa.
It's the goalkeeper that's Jensen that's speaking most of the English. His defenders.
There's Camera. Now Saki. By Karasik. Keeley after that, got a good toe to it. Here's Yassine. Saki though winning it back for Liparic.
See any more of that powerful shooting that we saw from Yassine in the first game, where he opened the scoring with a blistering drive for about 25 yards.
Budnik. Bjornqvist takes it away though. Kleisman. Liparic forced all the way back to the goalkeeper from Pimpara. They have looked like the struggling side they are by their own high standards this season in the Gambrinus Liga. Just one of their last 10 games in all competitions. Half an hour gone. Slovan Liberec 0. Orebro 2. Yaralim. So short for Bjornqvist, but he got it away.
A whack for his troubles there. Bjornqvist didn't get forward too much in this first half. The Orebro right back. Just leaves his foot there, doesn't he? Number 11. Frydek.
Sorry for Liberetz. Karasik will take. Yaralim. Van Heerden looking for runners. Kovac intercepted, and then the first time shot. Well off target from Daniel Gustavsen. Kovac. Pimpara. Fleisman. Header won by Wikström.
Whenever they try and play that ball in behind or ball into the front players, you're just not quite hitting their targets at the moment. Liberetz. They're keeping it square and going backwards, but particularly effective. It's when they pass forward they're giving it away.
Rebelka. Fleisman back. Frydek. He's gone down. There's two Liberetz players down, rolling around now. Certainly do have a physical element to their game, Örebro. Frydek was caught. Yeah, studs on the top of the foot, wasn't it, from Keely? Again, not sure there was a real need for the reaction that took place. Fair enough, it's a free kick, it's a foul, it hurts a little bit, but...
Yeah, the screen I'm not sure is completely necessary, but it seems to influence the referees quite often. He looks in a bit of trouble here, doesn't he? Frydek. Just had his foot stamped on, I think.
Blood on the knees as well.
Metatarsal bone that gets broken.
I think it's because the boots are so lightweight now, isn't it? You're not as protected as maybe say 20-30 years ago. Free kick to Liberetz. Rebelka fancies it. Straight onto the wall though.
Goalkeeper would not have seen that coming over the top of the wall had it got over. He had a big wall up, and Liberetz had 3 players in the wall at the end of it.
Sherrell. Saki, there's no imagination from Liberetz. It's all too predictable. Fleisman.
End up going backwards.
Saki's getting himself into all sorts of trouble here. Camera dispossesses him. Good advantage play by the referee. He's got 2 to pick out in the centre. Camera, and they've made a real hash of it. Mohamed Saeed, really. That should have been 3-0 for Örebro.
There's the threat again, winning the ball back here. It's a fair challenge. Camera skips past that one. I thought he was going to go for goal, but he just holds Saeed up, which means a couple of players get back to him and he gets the ball stuck under his feet. Not a good finish in the end. I'm not sure the ball on camera was the right one.
It didn't help him, did it?
Sensitive pass, having done the hard work, but it looks as though Frydek's got a bit of a problem here with his foot.
Yeah, his game could be over.
Well done, but all the time, yeah, keep looking where he is. Well done.
Yeah, this looks like a genuine injury, doesn't it, to Martin Frydek. A bit bad now. We were critical of the screen, but that's the trouble these days, isn't it?
I think your words didn't seem to be too much in that.
It's deceptive, isn't it? Well, no, yeah, I mean it's the top of the foot where the challenge was made. Now the ice pack is being applied to, as you say, the side of the knee there. Bjornqvist wins it back for Orebro. Now Yasin.
Right pass from Yasin. Taking his path, the centre forward, Hassani.
Substitute being prepared for Slovan Liperic. Fridek's in real trouble.
Come on, Red! All the fucking time now, Red!
And Keeley. Liperic down to 10 men temporarily until they can get the substitute ready.
Embarrassing, Red!
Free kick for the side from the Czech Republic. Fleisman fouled.
Nutmeg on Hassani as he came across.
There'll be one or two on this pitch. It's, as you pointed out, not the greatest surface in the world. There's Van Heerden. Keeley. Bjornqvist. After this one, the right back. Fleisman did well.
He stood his ground. Good closing down from the midfield player, Keeley.
Saki wins it back for Liperic. Now can they launch some kind of counter with Budnik? Saki fouled by Hassani.
Their work rate's been much better, Orebro, than team in blue, Slovan Liperic.
Yarelim. Concentration levels as well. On the side from the Czech Republic, not quite there.
Again, Mark!
Substitute Jika.
Come up! Mark! Tight!
Karasik. Budnik was challenging for it. Oh, well, that's going to be a yellow card all day long, isn't it? It's unbelievable, isn't it, from Budnik?
I think he felt a little bit frustrated. He thought he hadn't fouled the fullback, but you can't react in that manner. It's childish, petulant. Guaranteed to get you a booking. I don't think he looks too pleased with that, does he? The coach, he can't be pleased with the performance either, so far.
Silly yellow card for the Ukrainian.
He may be unlucky that the foul was given against him.
Yeah, agreed, but I mean,
You can't behave like that. Yeah, they're going to win the ball back in midfield again.
His camera and goes for goal. It was a shocking effort in the end.
This time it was Rybalka that was caught on the ball. He'll certainly be pleased with his teams closing down. Well, Ola Jung.
Kovac. It's been another abject performance from Slovan Liperic, that's for sure.
I have to say, when you look at the two sides so far, one looks organised and disciplined and determined to put in a good performance. The other team in blue, Slovan Liperic, a bit half-hearted from them. Not enough energy about their performance, no guile.
What we've seen here, they're going to struggle to improve on the 6th place they currently occupy. The Gambrinus Liga. Here's Fleisman. Of course, you can never read too much into a pre-season stroke mid-season warm-up tournament. But the results speak for themselves for Slovan Liperic. It's easy to see why from what we've seen here.
That time the Fleisman got forward to try and get the cross in. Well blocked by Bjornqvist, the right back. Trying to get forward too much in this match. Bjornqvist just done a job holding on the right hand side.
Looks at some pain here, Bjornqvist. I think the ball hit his hand, didn't it, in a Quite an awkward way, I think. He's holding it fairly gingerly. I mean, it can hurt that, can't it, from a yard or so away if it's smacked into your hand and it's... You're pulling that face as if to suggest, oh, nothing hurts.
The biggest problem is if you fall badly on your shoulder or on your wrist. Some bad injuries that way. Dislocated shoulders are as bad as any injury you can get. In terms of pain, if it goes badly and you have to have it operated on, you're out for quite some while.
Rebelka.
There's a lot of players that do dislocate their shoulder. They don't have the operation, and when they come back, every time they go to ground, it's a worry for them and painful.
And Keeley almost got caught on the edge of his own area. Now Bjornqvist. And that is the end of the first half. It's going pretty well for Örebro. Side back in the Swedish top flight for next season, heading towards 3 consecutive victories here at the Atlantic Cup and putting themselves in a great position to actually win the competition when all the matches are finally finished. Goals from Gustafsson on 13 minutes, and 12 minutes later a header from Erik Moberg sees Örebro comfortably in front here against a Slovan Liberec side who are struggling just as much as they did against FC Copenhagen a couple of days ago. There was the first goal from Gustafsson.
It was the pass that made it, Saeed. Which is a really good header. One a little bit earlier on, but the centre half is a real threat when he comes forward.
Interesting to see how they rearrange this. Reinach, of course, has played at centre back in the 2 previous matches. I'm not surprised to see Budnik taken off though after his petulant kicking away of the ball. I suppose it was the most predictable substitution really. It's Fleisman. Saki. What we need to see here is from Slovan Liberec to come out and give it a really good go. Karasic.
Well, you're absolutely right. You need to see Slovan Liberec play at a higher tempo. They need to play with more urgency. They need to pass the ball forward. Too much of their passing in the first half was backwards and square. Well, it wasn't offside. The ball was played. As for Örebro, I think they're just going to continue playing the same way. They look very solid defensively. They looked a real threat when they were going forward. It was a foul. So he was looking at the defender rather than looking at the ball. Hassani.
There's Rebelka. Another overhit cross, easily gathered by Janssen. Bjornqvist, the player fouled.
He's gone over to the left-hand side. The right back of the first half, Bjornqvist. So it looks as though the number 5 is on for Slovan Liberec. Kufal, who plays at left back.
There's Karasic, who gets it away. Now Saki.
Örebro and Keeley. His positional play's been excellent. He's closed down when he's needed to. He's recovered. Got in just in front of his centre halves when he's had to. And there he intercepted the cross. He's a good midfield player, and Keeley.
Karasic's touch back to Reinach. Yeah, Reinach, by the way, a Czech international defender. He's signed for Liberec for the rest of the season, returning from Turkish football. Been busy in the transfer market, of course, not just the trial of Lukasa and Merrick. Yeralim has been signed from Iraklis as a long-term replacement for Sergei Rybalka, who returns to Ukraine, and Dynamo Kiev at the end of his loan spell. Reinhardt brought in as a long-term replacement for Radoslav Kovac, who has announced that he's returning to Sparta Prague in the summer. Pavelka is down, one of the Liebrecht substitutes.
He wants his team to be a little bit more compact. As the coach of Slovan Lيبيريتس. Jaroslav Silhavi.
When they do return to action, Slovan Lيبيريتس, they are in the Europa League knockout stages. They made it through to the last 32. Now they will take on RZ Alkmaar. They actually beat Italian side Udinese in the playoff round 4-2 on aggregate to qualify for the group stages. It's a big win for Lيبيريتس, that, over Udinese. Could be in trouble again here. Saki got himself into all sorts of trouble, and Keeley following up as well.
Saki's claiming he was fouled, but that review have wanted it more than Slovan Lيبيريتس. It's a fairly good volley. It's difficult to execute. Not got in the way of it. Number 17, substitute. Once again, they crowd that 6-yard box. Goalkeeper's got a little chance to come for this. Needs a good delivery from Saeed.
Whistle's gone.
He was very pleased with his first half, wasn't he? At the end of the first half, the referee shaking hands with his assistant referees. Job well done in the first half.
Pimpada.
To see you praising yourself as we were having the half-time cup of tea.
Now that didn't happen, did it?
I know, come on!
Throw for Orebro.
Reinhardt was trying to get the ball in behind the Orebro defenders on that occasion. Didn't make the right contact with the ball.
Saeed. It's only small Saeed, but he's a battler, isn't he? Sveisman.
Been one of the most impressive players in the tournament so far. ING midfield player with quality.
Youngfist.
Doesn't look quite so comfortable out on the left-hand side. That was chipped forward, hopefully, his left foot.
Now Reinhardt to Pimpada. Saki.
Same pass from Reinhardt, trying to get it in behind Lundqvist.
Kolar was almost onto it.
Was said at half-time to Kolar, go on, go and make runs in behind. Be more threatening than what's been on the pitch in the first half.
Jika. About pulling the trigger and then just check back to Pavelka. Now Rybalka. Saki. White shirts. Pavelka with a touch back to Rybalka. And then it's been won by Unkili. And now they can charge forward here, Orebro. Unkili to Camera. Still going Camera. And Reinhardt just got the challenge in. Another good position, really, that Camera didn't take full advantage of.
I think that summed up again the determination of the two sides and the ability to counter-attack, and Keeley wins the ball back. They had a 4 versus 2 situation. Saki, who had given the ball away, he stayed and argued with Chiral, who was throwing his arms up in the air because the ball didn't come to him. And while all that was happening, Orebro were on the counter.
There's a bit of pace in this Orebro forward line. Pavelka. Gustavsson. Bjornqvist. Saki with the throw for Slovan Lيبيريتس. 2 balls on the pitch at the moment. There's Saki. Played him behind this time for Kolar to chase. Janssen was out though and got there first.
Well, definitely, Reinach has come on the field, and every time he gets it, he's just going to open himself up, try and play that ball in behind. Coach is fed up with seeing them play backwards and square and not create anything.
Difficult seeing them get past AZ Alkmaar in the Europa League if they play like this. Lيبيريتس. It's gathered again by Janssen.
There was that ball again, and there was the run from Kolar. Certainly making Moberg and Wikström have to defend.
Saki.
I wonder if Van Heerden, having been taken off, either he's done enough or they haven't been impressed with him. One of the two. In a full-time position. The left back.
Yeah, it's the first look I've had at him in this tournament. You've seen a bit more of him, and you tend to think that he might be an alright signing for them.
He certainly played well in the first game. He did nothing wrong in the first half. His deliveries were quite good from set plays. He wasn't beaten in any 1v1 situations. His positional play was okay. Time of their okay is good enough.
Final touch off Bjornqvist. Well, Lukasson hasn't survived the tournament with Slovan Lيبيريتس, but then you don't know that the trial wasn't just for a couple of games, do you? Yeah, he wasn't outstanding, but he did okay for them. Lukasson showed his versatility out wide and through the middle. Comes the corner, header away by Wikström. Of course, he scored in the opening game for them against Midtjylland, Lukasson. Theismann with the throw. Slovan Lيبيريتس.
Trying to close the ball down and win it back. I think he knows what he's doing there.
Erik Moberg, scorer of the second goal, which was the free kick in himself this time, and well, that was a waste. Pavelka. Vimpara to Reinach.
Certainly having more of the play, aren't they? But it looks as though Orebro are going to be threatening on the counter. That's the way the game's set up now. Here comes the player that's played a lot of the forward balls, Reinach.
Pavelka. Karasik just about keeping it in, but Gustavsson won it. Lieberic have it back though. Karasic once more. Now Pavelka. Back to him by Jika. Now Nkili, not for the first time, comes away with the ball. He's a cute little pass through as well to Yassin, who then ran into trouble.
Rightly known as the Iranian Ronaldo. Doesn't really look like that today.
No, not quite. He's a bit shy of that, isn't he?
There's the sub. Kolar. Poor cross in the end, too much height on it.
Janssen clears. Chested down by Saki. Strange player Saki, isn't he? He's always involved in the game, but doesn't kind of produce that much, really.
Well, he's often gone back between his centre halves to get on the ball, but then passed it square to the centre halves himself. He doesn't need to be back in there. He needs to look at Nkili and see how he's playing, closing the ball down, winning it back, counter-attacking quickly, affecting the game. Saki hasn't affected the game.
Said, now Nkili.
Saki had a good opportunity there to go and really close down. Instead he backed off as soon as Nkili got possession. He's been played around there.
It's a good ball by Said out towards Yassin. Rosso did well though. Yassin again. Just worked a bit of space for the shot, the cross rather. Now Rebelka.
The Iraqi player hasn't looked quite as good today as he did in that first game.
Here's an Iraqi international from Baghdad, just 22 years of age, Ahmed Yassin. Did actually play youth football for Sweden at under 17 level, but switched to Iraq at under 23s. As you say, not quite Ronaldo. Here's Saki. Turner's shot was from Jika, and well over the top.
A good turn from Jika in midfield. Just threatened to play it back and saw the space. There's that ball played in behind for Yassin. Looks like he's going to get there. The goalkeeper just about deals with it. He's got some pace. The right-sided player for Oreibro.
Certainly had a quiet game so far. The central two, Said and Nkili, stood out for Oreibro. Here's Camera. Gustavsson outside him. There's Yassin the other side. Here is Yassin. Cuts in, goes for goal, forces the save from Rosso. It's better from Ahmed Yassin.
I think he thought he was going to go down the outside onto that favoured right foot. Instead he comes back onto his left, and it's a good effort from him. Bend it round the goalkeeper, Rosso.
Another corner for Oreibro.
Crowd in that 6-yard box again.
Near post this time. Reinhardt with the header away. That's Hassani. Played in by Aginja. If Oreibro do get the result here, then every team, bar Copenhagen and Spartak Moscow, are out of contention. It will be one of those 9 points, and as it stands at a +6 goal difference. Spartak Moscow still with 2 to play, Midtjylland, and then the showdown with Copenhagen. There's Yassin. Space here for Gustavsson. Lieberic again get it away.
Once again they had an overload in the attacking area, didn't make the most of it. Won the ball back in a good area. Tries to get it down. It's on the half volley, but by that time he's just been closed down.
Sherrill Under pressure from Gustavsen. 25 minutes to go. Still we've seen very little from Slovan Liberec. Orebro remain the more likely team to grab the next goal, you feel. Pavelka. Now Rybalka. Here's Saki. Pimpara to Rybalka. Does have a good passing range, Sergei Rybalka.
But he's got deeper and deeper as the game has gone on. In the very first game we saw him get shots away, arrive in the box, play as a second centre forward almost. Here he's gone deeper and deeper to try and get on the ball.
Saki's header to Pavelka. Switch this time by Rybalka. Crossing is cleared away by Wikström. Now in Keeley. Header back into the danger zone. Rybalka with the touch off, and Jika with the shot over the top, not for the first time.
He's got some power in that right boot, but not the accuracy on that occasion. See another substitution. Your favourite player, Saki, just making way. Didn't affect the game at all.
Mikhail Obrochnik is the player on to replace him. Now, one of those frustrating players, Saki, isn't he? That he's always involved in the game, but as you said, it doesn't affect it. Here's Reinok.
There's that ball over the top again. This time the attacker's got there. Can't make the most of it. Chiral. That's what they're looking to do in this second half. They're looking to play the ball over the top, get a starting point, get somebody in behind, and then set up the play so they can get the next cross in or develop the move from there. And Reinok's been the player that's tried to play that ball. Going back to Saki, whenever you're looking at a player, you're looking at what's his key attribute. You know, and he looked as though he was quite a good athlete. He looked as though he was quite strong in winning his headers. Just didn't affect the game as he should have done.
Held up by Hajinga. It's Rybalka. Deep delivery. Karasic going in at the back post, but it's cleared away by Gustavsen. Only as far as Reinok. Once again, it's a wasted delivery by Slovan Liberec.
Looking at the way they're playing today, almost looks like an unhappy cat. With a good pass into his path.
Pimpara. He's seen tumbling with nobody around him and got his studs caught in the turf, I think.
It's the end of Yassin.
And 20 minutes to play. He's coming off. It's a fairly quiet performance. This is about the best thing we saw from the Iraqi international.
The player coming on, he started the first game as a second centre forward.
It's Camera.
Just play out on the right hand side though, Holmberg, in this match.
It's 2-0 for Orebro, but they've been so comfortable, haven't they? Haven't been in danger at all. Flag up against Karasic on this near sides.
They haven't had so much of the ball in this second half.
Moberg. And Wikström. There's Nkili. Launched by Wikström towards camera. Went down under the challenge of Pimpara. Now Reinach dispossessed by Gustavsson. Now Hassani. Still going, Hassani! And he fires it against Rosso. Well, in many ways, he seemed to make that chance more difficult for himself, Hassani, but ultimately got for Orebro. Liebrecht needed to win this really to leave us with a really open competition. Now it's down to 3 teams that can win it unless there's a late rally here from Liebrecht. They'd be pretty unlucky not to win it now, wouldn't they, with a perfect record? Valka with the corner for Slovan Liberec. The header down. It could have dropped anywhere that. The whistle has gone though because Orebro have a man down.
Offside's been given somewhere in there.
Homburg, the player who's shaking his head.
See the player that's right in front of the goalkeeper. Offside was given. It's a good shot opportunity. Chiral with the outside of his right boot could have got that on target.
Yeah, there doesn't seem to be any foul at all on Homburg. He collided with his own player, I think, if anything.
The assistant referee that gave offside. Wrong decision.
Valka. Can Liberec produce a late rally here in the final 15 minutes? Here's Reinach. Marcus Poda is about to come on for Orebro.
Substitution in Orebro, out with number 16, Sheptin Hassani.
A Swedish under-21 international, replacing Sheptin Hassani.
Knew what he was trying to do there. Camera. Good first touch and then tried to sweep the ball out to Holmberg out on that right hand side. Missed it horribly.
It's Reinach. Kiss across. Valka. So Brochnik. Karasik. Chiral. Karasik. Wants to deliver here. It was cut out by Saeed. You wonder there if Karasik should play the percentage ball rather than go for the precise pass.
Well, he's trying to get forward as much as he can down this right hand side in the second half, and that was a good opportunity. Played inside the opposition's wide player, and now he's going to whip that ball into the danger area. Because anything can happen if you get it into the right sort of areas. The front player can get there first and get a finish. Defender can get a toe on it and put it through his own net. Goalkeeper can spill it.
Yeah, he was just trying to be far too precise, the right back. Moberg clears it. Reinach stepping across camera. Fleisman crossing again. Jika was the player who made the run to the front post, but didn't get anything on it.
It's be a good cross from the left back. Fleisman. Swinger with his wrong foot. He really attacked it at that near post. They've played quite well in the last 10-15 minutes. Some of their build-up play, it's just lacked that finish.
It's certainly improved from what we saw in their last game and in the opening hour here. It's Karasic. Now Pavelka. Stavson put away by Moberg. There's a shove there on Karasic.
The assistant referee agrees with you. Free kick given against Camera.
The Atlantic Cup.
There's special effects on the PA system in this tournament, don't they?
I'm sure it's the special effects of whether it's gone wrong.
It seems to go wrong every time, so it must be by design. Said is coming off in the midfield for Orebro.
Yeah, excellent tournament he's had. Said, really outstanding player so far.
Boris Lumbana is the player on to replace him. Floated in for Liebrecht. And Eric Moberg with the header away.
Having a moment, the referee there, but good defending. Got back in there, showed good determination, gets height on his clearance. So he's a good header of the ball in the first half when he scored his goal.
Lead in the Orebro midfields. Stavson's touch to Lumbana. Stavson. Into space for Bjornfist, the left back. Started the game at right back. It's Pavelka. Cleared away by Grosso. Now Lumbana. And Keeley. Virginia's ball was intercepted though. A Brochnik for Liebrecht. Reinach. Still got plenty of pre-season matches ahead of kicking off their campaign. Orebro, they play 4 more games before their trip to Halmstad for the opener. Most of them are against other Swedish Allsvenskan teams. It's opposition for a pre-season when you play a spring-summer league. Can't be easy, can it? Because most opposition are mid-season. So they do have the rather strange situation of playing against themselves. Because Paconi is on. I mean, a lot of leagues like the Danish league and the Russian league now, they've switched, haven't they, to autumn to summer seasons. Like the majority of the UEFA leagues.
Now a chance for Chiral or Balka to bend this ball. It's going to be Rabalka. Really keep it away from Moberg. Moberg's a good header of the ball for Orebro.
Well, they deserve something for the last 10-15 minutes. Liebrecht. There is Pavelka, who goes for goal.
Always bending away. Looked to be a waste when he played it square. People would go and close him down, but he got his shot away just in time. All backing in. Just bending away. See the slice on the ball.
Played in behind towards Gustafsson, cleared away by Grosso.
Good starting position from the goalkeeper. It was a good ball and a good run. Two good runs throughout the game. Excellent opening goal.
This with the throw. Gains a bit of ground for Orebro. We've seen plenty of that keeper sweeping from Lucas Rosso. Quite effectively at the back for Slovan Liberec. It's camera. Bjornfist. Bjornfist again. That ball into the danger zone, but gathered by Rosso.
Too much height on the cross. Easy for Rosso to come for it.
Now Reinach.
That ball again. The problem is, the left back is now beginning to read it. It's just sitting in the hole. He's doing most of those balls that are played over the top by Reinach.
Here's Rebelka. It's held again though by Ajinga. Team's giving away possession a bit too easily now. And Keeley from Homburg, who hasn't had too much effect since coming on in place of Akil Yassin. Moberg, Bjornfist. Scoreline as it was, remember, at half-time. Overall, Orebro certainly deserved to be in front, but Slovan Liberec have certainly had their best spell of the game towards the end of this second half, without ever really troubling Oscar Janssen.
And there's also been a couple of occasions in this second half when this man here, Keeley, won the ball back and counter-attacked, and there was a massive overload in Orebro's favour. They should have made more of the situations. On one occasion they had a 5 versus 2 situation. They didn't make the most of it.
Easily cut out by Pimpada.
One or two of their front players now. Orebro think the job's done. Not working quite so hard. Camera being one of them.
Jika.
Really troubled. Oscar Janssen. Orebro goal. Now, can Camera win this ball in the air against big centre halves? Hasn't come that far. Oh, he's got a chance now though.
Well done again, Rosso. We talked about his
touches and then the wrong pass.
Bjornfist to Gustavsson. Bjornfist again, he's just as comfortable at left back as he did at right back. Versatility so key these days. It's Gustavsson.
Good run from Holmberg. Gustavsson was coming infield with the ball. He tried to make a diagonal run from the other side to get in behind the flat back line.
Yeah, that was a shot by Poda.
Reinach knew exactly what he was doing there. He was threatened to play it down the line, just stepped across the challenge. As soon as he felt the contact, went to ground.
Brochnik cleared away by Wikström. It's turned very scrappy now, isn't it, the final moments of this. Gustavsson with the up and under. by Pavelka. Homburg chasing the ball away, forcing Lieberic back into their own half, but here's Pimpada. We head towards the final minute of the regulation 90. And Sherrill was offside.
Most of his time out on the right hand side. Sherrill just gets called offside on that occasion, made his run too early. Centre half stepped up as well. Wikström.
It's a funny thing, versatility, isn't it, that I was talking about earlier, because it's a good tool to help you break into a team, but then it's often difficult to nail down a regular position, isn't it?
And you can be used on occasions. You might be playing well in, say, a central midfield position, and the right back's having a torrid time, and you get moved from doing very well into a right back because you've got that versatility. You end up playing in a position you don't really want to play because somebody else isn't playing well. Deliberate handball.
Yeah, no getting away from that from Joseph Sherrill. Rebelka. Doesn't often waste the ball, Rebelka. Good ball to Corny. He did well there. Made something of nothing, or did he? I think it'd have gone out of play. And we move into time added on, which there will be a couple of minutes. There's something very sci-fi about the sound effects of this tournament. The Star Trek 70s ray gun when a goal goes in, and the ludicrous echo is on every announcement. Karasic's header. Poda blocked again by Karasic.
You're old enough for the 70s, are you? Star Trek in the 70s?
No, I watched the re-shows, the reruns. So there's quite a lot off, to be fair. Bjornqvist. Can't imagine you're a Trekkie. How did I know that was the answer?
Did you get a free kick there, Valka?
Corny.
Can he deliver a good cross?
Towards Jika, the header away from Wikström.
Decent cross, just couldn't beat the first man, Wikström. Midfield player making the forward run. Jika.
Floated in. Wikström with the header away. Pretty solid, haven't they? Wikström and Moberg at the back for Orebro. The final whistle goes. A comfortable victory for the Swedish side. It is 3 wins out of 3, 9 points. They sit atop of the table with a few days still to go of this Atlantic Cup. It means only FC Copenhagen and Spartak Moscow will be able to overtake them. But it is looking good for the Swedes to perhaps claim the Atlantic Cup. They've won here by 2-0.